Hello, I'm Mike Creamer of Business Edge Limited, and I'm going to tell you about the ClimaCheck Performance Analyzer technology, which I've been using for many years to assist customers in the field, troubleshooting chillers, VRF systems, refrigeration plant, and so on, with any number of compressors and any type of refrigerant fluid, indeed including economizers, oil coolers, and so on. The portable version of the technology is shown here on the left hand side. It's in a very durable weatherproof case, which is also lockable. You can put a small notebook computer inside that and then leave it on the site, indeed even chained to a chiller, and it continues to record for you to retrieve the data later. And it is enclosed in a case with wheels and a retractable handle, so it's very easily portable on trains, planes, car, and so on. The permanent version is shown on the right hand side and is configured to suit the type of equipment that you're working on. So twin circuit water chiller with economizers, oil coolers, and whatever you wish. This is configured to record all the data, to transmit it through the customer's LAN if it's available, or with the integral modem to transmit the data to our web service, where the server records the data and stores it for a minimum of 2 years. That enables you to go online today and see exactly what's happening on your iPhone or your smartphone, on your computer, from anywhere in the world, and indeed then go back in time and look at the performance over any period of time over the last 2 years. It's effectively a product that's very much like a doctor approaching your body to determine your well-being. The compressor, effectively your heart, is measured in terms of high and low pressure, power input, and so on. Key temperatures are taken around the system, and the power input to the compressor is used to calculate the mass flow of refrigerant, thereby enabling ClimaCheck to tell you exactly what the chiller is doing, or the VRF system, giving you cooling capacity, power input, power factor, heat of rejection, volts per phase, amps per phase, subcooling, superheat, refrigerant charge indication, and even telling you if your water flow or airflow values are in the right region or not. You simply connect temperature sensors using a heat paste and an insulating material, all of which is supplied. Take voltage and average at the compressor or bank of compressors input, and also pressures, high pressure and low pressure, with easily fittable stainless steel transducers for conventional refrigerants and also for ammonia. These are suitable for high pressure refrigerants as well, such as R410A. The simple circuit shown here shows power input being recorded at the compressor to the right, low pressure and high pressure transducers for suction and discharge pressure, a temperature sensor for suction inlet and discharge, and also a temperature sensor just before the expansion valve. Temperature sensors are also applied to the evaporator inlet and outlet, chill water or air, and also to the condenser, condenser water or air, and these are not necessary for ClimaCheck to perform her calculations, but are very, very important to determine whether or not there are inadequate flow or excess flow characteristics at these secondary points. So, with the measurement of those parameters, ClimaCheck is then told what refrigerant is being used. It deals with 60 or 70 refrigerants now, including blends, and it can then plot and work out on the pressure enthalpy chart for that refrigerant every aspect of your system's behavior. So it knows the enthalpy at every point. With the power input to the compressor, it can calculate the refrigerant mass flow and then tell you exactly what your cooling capacity is, heat of rejection, power input, power factor, volts per phase, amps per phase, and literally every parameter. It's a very useful technology for troubleshooting, performance analyzing, getting your refrigerant charge right, adjusting your TEVs, economizer TEVs, and so on, all of which are pretty much impossible to do within field constraints. Where blend refrigerants are concerned, it's almost impossible to work out the midpoints and so on quickly enough to determine what's going on. ClimaCheck does all of this for you. Once recorded, or whilst indeed it's running live, you can see various formats of output. So top left, you can watch it as an Excel sheet, which is constantly refreshing every second, every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or every minute, just as you prefer. Bottom left, you can see the cycle dynamically changing all the values as you make adjustments. Or top right, you can see graphical outputs of any parameters that you wish. Switch on and off whatever parameters you wish to see. And you can also then derive your own report from the values shown on the bottom right hand side. Where a number of installations are taking place at the same site, if ClimaCheck is installed on each of these, let's say several water chillers or refrigeration plants, freezer packs and so on, then once you have connected ClimaCheck to our web server, we set it up whereby you can then look at plant view and see a snapshot of every item of plant on one screen, and then drill down into each plant to see how it's operating in detail. For many years we've been using COP, coefficient of performance, as a benchmark for measuring the efficiency of a system. So a COP or 3:1 is applicable to a system that has 90 kilowatts of cooling divided by 30 kilowatts of power input. However, COP moves with the cooling capacity change in response to the load and also with ambient conditions. So COP is moving up and down across the day and across the week and months like a fiddler's elbow, and is not really much use in the field. Alternatively then, a new system efficiency index has been developed, which enables the performance of the system running at this moment in time to be compared with a perfect Carnot cycle. SEI then breaks down each component of the system to show you the performance of each and the overall system performance as well. So if, for example, the condenser is not working very well, this will also be reflected in poor compressor efficiency and performance, and the overall system efficiency will be down. The same is true of the evaporator. If it's not performing well, maybe there's inadequate airflow rate or water flow rate, then this will manifest itself in poor compressor performance and overall system inefficiency. So SEI is now available through ClimaCheck. If you have a ClimaCheck system connected to our web server, you can go online and you can look at system efficiency index and draw all the conclusions for the necessary corrections and service in the field before you even have to visit the site. The ClimaCheck web server is a very powerful tool. In this example, the water chiller shown is being optimized to increase its performance efficiency and thereby reduce its power consumption. Currently running at up to 65,000 kilowatt hours, optimization has enabled the power consumption to be reduced dramatically, and you can see the before and after effects in this graph. Refrigerant leak detection is another capability whereby the system is looking at the performance of the machine in relation to ambient conditions, and once this starts to go out of the expected norm due to a refrigerant leak in this case, ClimaCheck can send alarms to a number of recipients, up to 8 maximum, to advise them that something is wrong with this system. You can then look at the system performance and then decide whether or not it needs attention, and in this case refrigerant leakage, which have been shown up by excess superheat, limited subcooling, can then be repaired, and you can see the improvement in performance after this repair. We will now go on to a video showing the ClimaCheck Performance Analyzer being connected in the field. Both the portable and the permanently installed versions are shown in this video. Applicable to all sorts of air conditioning or refrigeration systems of any type, any configuration, any number of compressors, any refrigerant type, ClimaCheck can be configured to suit each and every one. Here is the portable machine. Here is the permanently installed version. In this video you'll see the sensors being connected to a system. We've sped the video up. So a simple system in this particular case. First we have to connect temperature sensors. These are PT1000 sensors. You apply a heat paste and silver foil and simply fix this to the appropriate refrigerant line, discharge, suction, liquid line, etc. Once attached with the silver foil, insulation is then applied to ensure a good contact and no heat loss around the sensor. Each sensor takes only a few minutes to connect. In a permanent version or installation I should say, then these cables will be run neatly through cable tray. This sensor has now been connected to the discharge of the compressor. Where a suction line is already insulated, you can neatly uncut or cut open the insulation, put the heat paste on your sensor and the silver foil, then fix the sensor in position on the line, reseal the insulation and make a really neat job of it. Each sensor takes only a few minutes to connect. This one has just been plugged in on the suction line of the compressor. There's a diagram on the ClimaCheck portable unit with clearly marked indications as to where each temperature sensor should be plugged in. This temperature sensor is being fixed to the liquid line just upstream of the expansion valve, again with insulation being applied. And plugged in. Chill water in and out are connected, or evaporator air on and off. Secondary flow. The secondary flow for the condenser must also be connected. Remember that ClimaCheck does not need these values, but it's very, very good practice to connect them. Here the pressure transducer is being connected. It has a very, very long throat and a depressor, so they're very, very quick and easy to connect. Special PTFE seal ensures they don't leak. And this is plugged into the discharge pressure transducer port and the suction. Here is the power meter, 3-phase, does single phase, 3-phase with neutral, without neutral, any combination. Magnetic connectors quickly enable you to pick up the voltage. Unplug this in. Indicator lights on the power meter will show you you're connecting your phases and your voltages correctly. Current clamps go around the compressor power input for a single compressor or a group of compressors. The power meter then needs to be connected with a data cable to the ClimaCheck Performance Analyzer. LAN cable is connected to the computer from the analyzer. Fire up the ClimaCheck software and you're ready to go. You can see the system running either as a schematic, Excel view, graphical view, export to Excel. If it's connected to the web server, go online to your phone or a local computer and check that all the readings are being transmitted to our web server so you can leave the site knowing that everything is running correctly. So that was a portable that you saw being installed temporarily to conduct service work or troubleshooting work at the site. Here it's connected to a huge centrifugal water chiller. This is the permanent version instead. Once installed, you can leave site, check it before you leave and see literally everything online. In this example we're looking at a twin circuit water chiller with economizers on both circuits. Here is the water chiller being monitored with ClimaCheck. Twin screw compressor machine. And here we can see the power input dynamic with one machine partly unloaded. And you can see every parameter, including the subcooling economizers and their behavior, the superheat settings, stability of the system, cooling capacity for each circuit and the total, the heat rejection for each circuit and the total, isentropic efficiency of the compressors, power input, system COP in heating and also in cooling. Alternative views are also available to see this in tabular form or graphical form. So here is a tabular view which can be exported to Excel, and one can also go to graphical view to see the system performance and dynamics and the behaviour of things such as capacity control, action of the economizer and the overall efficiency. Any one of these parameters can be switched off, and here's the key to all the things being instantly read at this moment in time. So this is the ClimaCheck technology being used successfully at a very critical data centre in Dublin. I hope this video was useful to you, and if you have any questions, by all means contact us at Business Edge, either by phone 02392 230 007 or send us an email to info@businessedgeltd.co.uk. Have a nice day. Bye for now.